it's me, it's just Key, and today we're doing another episode of Random Drawings. Now today, I decided to draw Link from Legend of Zelda. I thought I was going to draw Sonic again. I don't know why. I kind of realized, geez, that's pretty dumb. So I just started drawing, and, you know, whatever. But, on to the drawing. So, first I started sketching him out. I did his hair first, because I knew how that was going to look. It's a funny thing, I've never actually drawn Link before, so this is like my first time drawing him. So, if you're wondering, that's kind of why he looks cartoony. I screwed up on the hat, so I had to redo it. It kind of looked like an elf's hat, which I wasn't a big fan of. I mean, I know his hat kind of looks like an elf's hat anyways, but, you know, I just decided to redo it. I don't know what it was. Oh, I get it now. I kind of drew his head. I wasn't really happy with that either, so I just kept, I drew it more round and pudgy. Nose is easy, obviously. I don't know what I was thinking at first with the eye. I just do, normal, different eyes, I guess. That's my style of eye, I guess. I don't know. So then I came down here. Started out with, the collar of his shirt. Looks pretty good. I think it turned out really good. I was kind of proud of this piece. By the way, if you're wondering, I'd record this after the fact again because I was on a trip when I was recording this, and it was kind of janky. In fact, I edited most of this on the trip that I went to. But what else can I say? How do I put this? I had to re-record it now because obviously I'm not gonna talk on a trip while I'm drawing this, you know. Yeah, the eraser was too big, so I did go back in and change the settings down. I also changed it to 100. Not 100 percent opacity, but 0%. So there's none of the pencil marks left when I'm done. And I went ahead and drew his belt. I went ahead and drew a little Triforce in the center. At least it was supposed to be a Triforce. It just turned out to be a triangle. I forgot to put the centerpiece as black, but that's pretty much his body and stuff. Now it came to his arms and legs, which, you know, didn't take me too long. Overall, it was pretty easy. I started out with the sleeve of his shirt, and then I go from there. You know, his arms and stuff are kind of easy to draw, obviously. That's just how I draw hands. It's kind of weird. What the fuck are they called? They're have you ever seen the toy superheroes where they're really simplified and really kiddish versions? I forget what they're called. I don't know why I'm thinking Playmobil. I know it's not Playmobil. It's the what the hell is it called? I'll put a picture of it up on the screen. It's when I'm done editing this, I guess I gotta put more stuff into it now. Yay. But yeah. That's kind of what it looks like to me. Here, as you can see, I'm drawing a sword. He's about to stab himself in the eye. Yeah, the blade was... I was about to say, did I really leave the blade as that in the sketch? No, I didn't, if you're wondering. That would be awful if I did. Yeah, that's what a sword looks like. I made it much bigger because I wanted it to be kind of like the Master Sword, but I forgot how the Master Sword looked. Also, I forgot to make the handle and stuff blue when I colored it, but you know, you'll see that later. I'll just say it's a totally different sword. Done deal for me. Woohoo! I get a raise. So now it comes to the legs, which I made stubby and fat. I'll just say this is Kid Link because yay, why not? So yeah, I drew a shoe. I didn't even bother putting socks on. Link's too poor to have socks, man. Unless he's yeah, Kid Link can't afford socks. He wears leaves as shoes. Leaves that are brown because I colored them brown. Yay. So I did the ear right there, as you can see. Yay. Okay, and then I did I kind of do a weird backwards kind of J thing that's at an angle for the inside of his ear. That's what I always do. it turns out pretty good most of the time. Yeah. And then it comes to like, oh, why did I start on the third layer? What an idiot. So you go down. What am I doing? Oh, okay. I see what I did here. I just copied it to the third layer of the second layer because I didn't want to erase that whole sketch that I had done. So I don't know why I was thinking. I started erasing the second layer, which I just copied onto, thinking I had like done the third layer. However, I could not have been so wrong in my life. What an embarrassment. Turns out I erased the second layer, like an actual retard. So then I ended up redoing it, which is good. And I went back to the third layer, and then I erased it from the third layer. Yeah, that looks pretty good if you ask me. So then it comes cleanup, which I think I mentioned this in the first video. Not very many people see the first video. In fact, I don't even think very many people will see this video, but that doesn't matter. So cleanup is essentially like tracing over everything and making it like more cleaner and defined, as opposed to like just leaving it as a crappy sketch. Like look at that. That does not look very good right now. It needs to be cleaned up so you can tell what the fuck is going on with it. I screwed up there, as you can see. So I started out with like the brim of his like hat because I thought that'd be like the easiest thing to do. And next I think I did his hair, or at least started on it. Oh no, I did his hat next. Okay. And then I went back up. I think this hat looks pretty okay. So then, what was I doing there? So I think either I did the hair or the sword first. So I started with the hair, then I realized I might as well just do the sword right now. So, I stopped right there, and I got the straight, like, kind of ruler thing. Well, at first I tried to just trace over it, but even then it looked kind of weird, so I just decided to get the ruler out, break out the digital ruler, and I went from there. You know what? It looks pretty good. It's a lot straighter than, like, my actual sketch, which, in my opinion, makes it a little better. Yeah, that was, it looks okay. I'm not super proud of the sword. I'm more proud of Link, like what I did with Link, than I am with the sword, but you know, it's okay. It's whatever. Yeah. What else? Oh, right there. I think I screwed up, and I think I had to fill that in. I don't remember if I did or didn't. If I didn't, I got lucky. Really lucky, in fact. Sorry, I think I might have a cookie. Can't hear that, can you? So, yeah, then I drew like that thing right there, the sword. And then I went back to drawing the hair. I erased a little bit of that. And then I went back over here, and I just completely traced over the hair still. So why don't we just take a look at what I've got done so far. Not very much. Very little, in fact. But, let's keep going. So then I went back over the hair. And, you know, it looks okay. Of course, I'm gonna have to go back, like, over that little spot that I did. Because I screwed up and realized, oh yeah, I forgot I did that. So, if you're wondering, yeah, Link is emo in this version. He's, Lemo. This is all I got done. Not very much. So yeah. I think I did the eye next. Oh no, I did the nose next, okay. Yeah. So then I did the eye after I did the nose. The eye's pretty simple. It's really not even that hard. From there, I go to the mouth. Mouth is also very easy, very simplistic. Yeah, it's really pretty good so far. Okay, so after this, I think backwards kind of J thing for his inside of his hair. It gives it a lot more like definition. You know, like you understand. Oh wait, so that's an ear. Oh, okay. So after that, I think I did the collar. Oh, maybe not. If I can, what am I doing? What was I doing? I don't even know. Sometimes, you know, you look back on stuff and you're like, what the fuck was I doing? You know, that's how I feel sometimes about some of this stuff, you know? So I think I drew the outline of his chest. I drew the outline of his chest. And then part of the outline anyways. And then I drew the collar. Which, I did an okay job on the collar. You know, I did fine enough. I got the point across. You know, and then I drew like the thing tying the shirt together. You know, you see that in like a lot of old movies, like Robin Hood, like, you know, like old-fashioned Robin Hood. He had that thing across his chest where like he tightened it and he tightened up his shirt. That's kind of what I was going for. Now I like how I kind of draw his tunic, and I draw his belt next, and I draw the things like holding up the belt loops. And then I draw that what was intended to be a triforce, which just turned out to be a yellow triangle. I think next I went for the arm, but like I drew the sleeve first. Oh, I screwed up something. Oh, whoops. Wait, why am I erasing that? Why don't I just press it back? Oh, okay. Okay, I get what I was doing now. I wanted the outline of the arm. I think it actually might have looked better if I just left it over it. Yeah, I think I realized, wait a minute, it looked better, like, okay, I was being dumb there. I'm glad I figured it out though. It's always a plus. Yeah. Then I draw his hand, his fingers. I always struggled with fingers. I'm still not very good at it. In fact, his arm looks fucking weird here. Well, does Link have like an allergic reaction to something? Because it looks like he does, like the way I drew his arm, like it looks weird. Yeah. Then I draw kind of his hand, his fingers. His fingers are easy enough, I guess. And you kind of just draw them around it. Well, I kind of screwed up there. It looks good enough though, you know. I don't think I'm gonna get like legit art criticism for this. I mean, I'm still learning. Like, if anybody has tips for me, I would love tips and tricks by Joe Mama. What the fuck was it? Sometimes, you know, sometimes. Oh, I get it. So that happens sometimes when I try and zoom in. That's why that back arrow is so important, especially to like a program like Flip and drawing, because like you can fuck up and it'll come back and bite you in the ass. No doubt. So now I think I have everything drawn, right? Yeah, so oh, I forgot to draw the butt of the sword. I did go back and draw that, I think. So this is what it looks like without like the bottom layer of the sketch. Which yeah, it looks okay enough, I guess. It's whatever. So I have a certain green that I color everything for him. I think I have to zoom in. Maybe not. And then I thought about coloring all those parts yellow, but I didn't like the way it looked, so I changed it. I just something about it wasn't right. Like, you look at it for a second, you think, no, that's not it. That ain't it. So I kind of decided to go for like a darker kind of brown color. You know. I thought about doing orange too. That looked awful. So I went for this like kind of interesting brown color. I did make it lighter though. You know, I gave it kind of a peach aesthetic. Give it like some leathery kind of feel to it. I think it works out pretty good. And then I think I colored his hair next, right? Yeah, I colored his hair this color. So my original idea for his hair was I was gonna do this thing where it's like, I was gonna like color it with belt loops. Okay. I didn't like it, so I changed it to a really bright yellow. If you're wondering, I do shade this one. Very little, but I still shade it. Just to give it a little bit more like definition, so that it sticks out, kind of. I think for the most part, it turned out really good. I'm actually pretty close to finishing the artwork when I was getting recording. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I colored in the eye. That's kind of a weird thing I usually do. After I got done, like, you know, giving Link his color, you know, you don't want him to be like super pale. Like if he's super pale, man, he's gonna look like he's like a Tim Burton character or something. I don't know. Wait, hold on. Oh wait. What the hell? What was I doing? So if you're wondering why I'm saying what the hell so much, it's because I thought when I was drawing this, I screwed up and the yellow would seep out, but no, it never did. Which is weird. I kind of expected it to. So I colored the eye white. It's just kind of my style, I guess. I like to do stuff like this. I don't know. It feels cool to me. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I just like the way it looks, you know. Just it looks pretty nice to me, if you ask me. It gives like its own unique style to it, I suppose. Then I call. Oh, okay. This is the part where I remember to draw the butt of the sword, right? Oh no, I was coloring his shoes. That's what I was doing. Which I did in fact do. It looks okay. Yeah. Looks pretty okay. That part in. There's not really much I can say about this now until I, like, you know, get to the part where, like, I color the butt of the sword. Oh, did I start shading before I... That's right, I started shading before I even did the butt of the sword. Okay, so, like, as I said earlier, I was going to go over with, like, white to get a definition, but the problem was, now that I look at it, the yellow, it wasn't bright enough. So it didn't really work. None of it worked because I didn't put the yellow bright enough. It was my bad. I kind of just gave up on it and decided to shade everything else but the hair. So after I gave up on shading the hair, I decided to go for his hat first, like around the edge. And I went for like a darker green to give it like some shade. I think it turned out really good. For the most part, anyways. The Cool Horse is not going to be perfect. But, like, when you zoom it out, it looks really good. Not to mention, it just looks really good with the shading like that. The greens, like, you can tell it's just the green in the shade, so it works good. It works really nice to my, like, advantage, especially my art style, too. Why stuff like that happens. Yeah. So I shaded the hat. I think I shaded this right shoulder next. Yeah. That turned out pretty good. Gave a good, like, definition to it, you know. Then I, like, shaded his right side, which was good. You know, I don't want too much shading on my characters, but I want shading. Like, I know the first one, like, I didn't do any shading, but, you know, it's still good to do shading. I think next I shaded his face. Oh, did I shade? Oh, I shaded his left arm? Oh, I did, that's right. I forgot about that, my bad. Then I shaded his face. Okay, so, what's it, okay. So, I'm pretty sure I got done with pretty much everything shading-wise. So, I started off with Old Japan Sketch, as always, and I darkened, like, the skin tone. I could like shade under his hair. Like I think I shaded around the side of his head too, didn't I? Yeah, just slightly. I didn't do a whole lot. Because you know, if I did a whole lot, it would be kind of weird. And like you know, I shaded under like his hat, like right by his hair to get like the definition that his hair was kind of casting a shadow on his face. It looks pretty good. Yeah. In a second, I'm gonna show you that I had to redraw the sword bud because I was being a dumbass. So just I zoomed in. If ever I do that. You know, this is the problem with like having to record after the fact because you know you forget what the fuck you did. And I'm kind of a lazy bastard and don't like to do a lot. So, oh, I forgot to shade my shoes. Okay. So I shaded the shoes. That's in gray. It's awesome and amazing and outstanding. I kind of think I went too dark with the browns. Overall, though, it looks okay. I like how everything else looks really good. No, I kind of wish I would have put more green on his hat, like shading wise. Maybe like on the left side of it. But yeah. So I think this is the part where I realized, oh yeah, I forgot I didn't draw the sword handle. So I kind of did that, and I didn't even copy it. I just kind of eyeballed it, and that's okay sometimes too. In fact, I think this sword handle looks much better than my original sketch. Of course, I colored the tip. I started out, I was about to color it in, and I realized I might as well just like get the bucket and pour it in the thing. After this, I just changed it to the gray that I have saved. If you didn't know, you can actually do that. So you can save the colors off of the clip that you have selected on the spectrum. And yeah, this is it. This is the final product. Gotta say, I'm kind of proud of it. It looks really nice. This is how it originally looked before the fact. It's a fine sketch, but once it's finished, it looks really good. You know, it's a good final product. It's got decent enough shading, fun colors, and